love you, puppy.
Damn, Jacob, this shit crack.
I'm so gone.
Hey yo! Welcome to CJ's Life Show.
My name is Jezreel,
And I'm Cody.
and thank you for tuning in for part 2 of our episode today, this week. And today we're going to be talking about sports and necessarily the Blue Jays and the NBA playoffs and more about the Raptors.
Yeah, the Raptors thankfully moved up to fourth pick, which is a big win for us. I guess that, kind of a consolation prize for the disappointing season. But
I skipped out on a lot of games.
yeah, you did.
I did.
You didn't miss much, man. It was kind of when Fred and everybody went down, when the COVID was kind of rolling around the team, we really dropped off from there.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to get like such high of a pick, but 4. I don't remember a last pick that we got like top 5. Do you remember? A top 5 pick that we got?
Funny you mentioned that. So the last 2 times we drafted 4th overall, we ended up drafting Antoine Jameson, who we ended up flipping for Vince Carter.
Great.
And then the last 4th overall pick we drafted was Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of a history of good draft picks.
Wow.
4th overall.
4th overall. And there's a couple young studs. Top 4. That's I remember DeMar DeRozan being 9th, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think he was like the last player within like the 2000s era that really shined as a star.
Yeah.
Right? There was
we got Terrence.
Terrence Ross?
Yeah. We drafted Terrence Ross.
Not
But
a star though.
No, not a star, but that's the last decent player. He was decent.
He was decent, decent enough. But the last star was DeMar.
Yeah, DeMar, yeah.
Right?
That was the last. DeMar is the last bona fide pick.
Yeah.
That we've had.
And almost 12 years later, 13 years later, get a top 4 pick.
Yeah.
Who are you?
And we're still nice. I mean, the Raptors. They're gonna come back next season and be a playoff team for sure.
Playoff already?
I think so.
From okay.
We were a playoff caliber team. We're just we set some rough patches last season.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll go over the top 4 in the mock draft. We have so Detroit's drafting first. Then we have the Rockets drafting second, the Cavs, and then us, and then the Orlando Magic.
Okay.
5th. I guess as far as picks goes, Cade Cunningham. He's
probably going to be first.
Be first overall.
I'd see that.
We have Evan Mobley, the big center out of USC.
He looked really good.
Yeah, he looked really good. He's athletic, kind of slender. I like his build. We need a center.
Yeah.
We have Birch, which was a great pickup actually by the Raptors. One, he's Canadian, but he's actually nice.
Yeah.
He's athletic. Then there's Jalen Green. That's projected to go to the Cavs, and then we are projected to pick Jalen Suggs.
Suggs.
All
right, he's a guard too.
I actually don't know too much about Suggs, but I know Jalen Green's nice. And then Scotty Barnes is projected to go 5th.
A lot of guards out there, right? So
I don't think we need.
Yeah, like you said, getting a big is very important. The last big was James Wiseman. He was riddled with some injuries with Golden State. And there was actually some trade rumors that were surfacing around about the Golden State. Golden State trading for maybe Pascal Siakam or another top 10 pick because Golden State has 7.
Exactly. There's potential in that.
Do you think that's
yeah, there's potential in it. Do I think we should trade Pascal Siakam already? I think we're kind of tripping on that one. But if we get the right package for Pascal, I would do it. Raptors Nation is kind of swayed between blaming Pascal and saying he's not the one, and then there's people that want to keep him. Yeah. I never once thought that Pascal was going to be like a superstar. He's a great number 2. Look what happened to him when Kawhi was here. He was a great number 2 option, and he kind of flourished in that second offensive option.
Yeah, definitely. He was a lot of skill set. Dribbled the ball really well. He can still improve with that. especially. I just personally feel like I wouldn't mind giving him up if that's like something he'd be comfortable with. Me playing with Curry, Clay, when all those guys getting healthy again, Wiggins, Golden State will have a chance to compete again for another title if they can get Pascal Siakam, if the Raptors are willing to trade and to rebuild like their kind of young core. Like Pascal Siakam is still pretty young, but getting another pick plus Wiseman can be beneficial for us.
Yes, but there's some potential in that trade.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't pull the trigger on
You want
that.
to pull it?
I wouldn't do it. There's a trade rumor that went around about us getting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander
Okay.
from OKC with a similar trade involving Pascal Siakam and some picks.
Yeah.
Because OKC has like 1,000 picks.
They do. Yeah, they do.
So that one I would, because I
You
think
would?
Shea is going to be a superstar.
Yeah. While Kyle Lowry is getting up in his age, 37, maybe has a few years left. I don't know what his plan is to move to Philly to end up his season, but he could resign with the Raps. But Shea is a very good pick.
Love Shea, man.
I love Canadian boy, so gotta love those breeds.
Exactly. Those breeds, special breeds.
Yeah, it's not a lot in the NBA, right? So
I'm definitely I'm hoping. I don't think the Rockets are in need of a center.
yeah.
Maybe I picture I want Mobley.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little skinny, he's a little bit taller than Chris Boucher, but but he has the potential. He's good on his feet. He kind of is like he's been compared to DeAndre Ayton
Yeah.
in the Suns.
Aiden's very good.
And I love
Yeah.
his game, and his game is kind of reminiscent of his.
Yeah.
But the Raps need. We haven't had a prolific center since like I don't know, Charles Oakley. We never really had that. In the last decade, we haven't ever had a prolific
Yeah.
center.
Now we got a lot of bigs before, but not like the one to hold down the middle. Valanciunas was someone we did like, but we let him go.
He wasn't prolific though.
He wasn't prolific. He was
Good.
He was good.
Solid.
He can shoot. But his
Oh my, do you remember the pump fakes?
The pump
Oh my
fake.
goodness. ah! Oh my god, Jonas.
That's one of the one things I miss about him.
Jonas was actually so funny.
Really?
That and his cheesy rosary tattoo.
Oh yeah.
No offense, sorry. But you get whatever you want to tattoo on your body. But Jonas kills me.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. The Raptors got a very good young team still. Gary Trent Jr. might sign again. He might sign with the Raps. I hope
I hope he does.
I hope he does.
I like Gary Trent. I like his game. He plays hard
Yeah.
for us. It wouldn't hurt to have him around, especially if we could have him with the team with our guards and get a center, maybe Mobley.
Yeah.
Maybe something could happen.
Right.
I see playoffs in the future.
Speaking of playoffs.
Yep.
Final four.
Oh yeah,
again.
Final Four.
Right now we have the Bucks and the Hawks tied 2-2 on the 30th. Today's the 30th. The Suns, our team, the Suns,
The three.
they took an L with the Clippers as Paul George went off for like 40 points.
Oh, that hurt.
Double.
Playoff Paul,
Playoff Paul, he's there.
but the real playoff Paul.
But the fun fact was Tyronn Lue. He has the best winning percentage under elimination games.
You know, when Tyronn Lue was coaching the Cavs at the time, I mean, everyone was just like, no one really took him seriously. I remember people were calling him like LeBron's pet.
He wasn't even a coach.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they was calling like LeBron's like pet basically. But
Yeah.
if Tyronn Lue, I don't think the Clippers are going to win this series. But if Tyronn Lue pulls this series out, he really deserves his props.
Yeah.
He's a coach. I mean, actually, I'm impressed with him this season. He's a real coach. Tyronn Lue.
We'll see how that goes. We do want the Suns. The Hawks without Trae Young, the Bucks without Giannis. It could be anybody's game.
It is
2-2.
Middleton absolutely went off the last game. I did not. He was dropping shots. This guy was acting like he's like shooting like he's Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Like this guy was he was in his bag that game. He won the game from Milwaukee down the stretch.
Yeah.
That injury with Giannis looked pretty bad. Like a pretty bad hyperextension of the knee. Like it didn't look good at all. My prediction is Trey's injury doesn't look nearly as bad as Giannis's.
Yeah. On the ref's foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, freaking the refs out here trying to conspire to injure my boy Trey. But
he's gonna come back.
He's gonna come back. But Giannis is questionable. I hate to see any type of injury.
Yeah.
But shit, man, it sucks. But right now it's anybody's game, anybody's series. But like I said, I'm staying true to my colors. I am sticking with the Suns. The Suns, in my mind, had to pull this next game out. I don't like the Suns' chances in a game 7. I do not like it. So if I was to say something, the Suns must win the next game.
They do. I believe they're playing right now.
Yeah. As we speak. I guess maybe while you talk about something real quick, I'll pull some stats here.
Yeah, just the fact that Lou Will, at his age, I don't believe he's very young, but as a 6-man, coming on to the starting unit and carrying on the load for the Hawks instead of Trey Young. Props to Lou Will, 6-man god. 6 god. Right?
6-man god.
6-man god.
Okay, so as we speak, it's the end of the third quarter. Our Suns are up 97-82.
Fourth quarter? End of third.
End of third. So looks like they're listening to me.
They are.
I mean, I don't need to be telling them, but they should know this already. But the Suns here, I'm just looking at the stat line here. DeAndre Ayton, we just spoke about him, double already.
Yeah.
He has 31 minutes, 13 rebounds, and 12 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and Book's playing good, and so is Paul.
I don't jinx it, but by the time you hear this, the Suns will be already game 2 in the NBA Finals. So
you heard it here first, folks. But even though this is being aired next week, just letting you guys know, this is shot real time while the game's going on. Yeah, we'll give it a shot after this episode, but we still have some Hawks
notes.
In
7. We'll see.
Yeah.
Man, you're a Hawk fan, man. Like, have you been to Atlanta before? Or no.
No, man. But I'm actually the Suns are my team.
Yeah.
I just like the Hawks.
Young.
The underdogs of this playoffs. No one really expect them to get this far.
True.
So for them to get to the finals,
it's
kind of like I'd be happy for them.
Yeah.
Very happy for them.
Man, me too. There's still some talk about the Blue Jays. So yeah, we're going into the Blue Jays now. We usually talk more about
switching gears
about baseball since right now is the baseball season. The NBA playoffs is coming to a close, and the draft is coming on. So we figured we'd talk about that first.
Yeah.
But now with the Blue Jays, last week we predicted that the Blue Jays were going to take at least 3. You predicted at least 3.
I said
from Baltimore.
But they better have 3.
And they did. They're playing against Seattle right now. They won the first game of their 3-game series.
It's tied 6-6.
And it's tied 6-6 right now.
Top of the 9th.
Wow, that's another close game. Hopefully they
walk off Jays. I'm predicting right here, right now, Vladdy hits a bomb to walk it off.
Wow. I'm thinking Joe Panik is going to come from his new team, the Miami Marlins, and hit for them because I miss Joe Panik already.
I don't.
I know you don't. But
Generic Joe's gone.
My boy Generic Joe, he's gone.
And we got Swaggy Corey in here.
Swaggy Corey.
The lefty.
Yeah. I feel like he's going to have some contributions. Right now he's injured, but as a lefty outfielder coming off the bench, he can serve as instead of Rowdy Tellez, I believe, because Rowdy was not efficient enough for us, which kind of sucks to say, but I did like Rowdy. But Dickerson, when he comes back from the IL, he can have a lot of pop coming for the Jays.
Yeah, especially from the left side, we need that.
Yeah.
And I've liked Corey Dickerson's game since obviously Tampa days.
Yeah.
Good trade, and to boot, we got ourselves a good reliever as well.
Yeah, this submarine guy, Simber.
Adam Jimbers.
Adam Simbers, yeah.
Simbers.
Or whatever. But I think he was the main acquisition that the Jays wanted. They wanted a reliever coming off their disappointing loss against Boston with Dolis. He's injured right now. We got a couple injuries.
Suspicious.
But yeah,
That's
adding a reliever is very helpful.
Yeah, no, this is kind of getting two assets that we could use: left-handed bat off the bench, and even for some spot starts. Corey, he's more than capable.
Yeah,
and then a reliever, which is what we need.
Yeah.
So more trades are probably to come. I do picture Gurriel or Cavan getting dealt.
You know what, Big Ross Atkins, do what you got to do. We predicted that the Blue Jays will make the finals within 2 or 3 years, but if he's pulling all these triggers right now, then you know what, we got an MVP candidate, Vladdy, on our team, stud, Bo Bichette.
Triple crown threat.
Right? If Ross wants to pull some triggers with Gurriel or Biggio, then so mean it. But
if he makes the right trades, the 3-year window could be not next season, but the season after.
Yeah,
we in the World Series.
Damn.
If the right strings are pulled. But I'm gonna stick strong to my 3-year prediction.
Yeah,
I'm not sure Jays Nation's gonna like that, but that's the truth.
It is the truth because no one really expected that Vladdy will have this kind of a season.
I did.
You did?
I wish I had myself a recording.
When did you say this?
My dad and me would always bicker. He was always like, "Oh, Vlad's not it. He's close to being a bust." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. If Vladdy comes, Vladdy is the weird. It was a weird season last year, COVID season. He didn't have a good one. I literally told him, I'm like, he's gonna come back not overweight anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if he does, he's gonna have a breakout season. I didn't think he was gonna have this triple crown. Like, I didn't think he was gonna be the best hitter in the league.
Yeah.
But I said he's gonna have a breakout season.
And he is. He leads Shohei Ohtani. He's I don't know what this guy's on, man. He's throwing strikes, he's punching out.
He's stealing bases, he's K'ing people, he's hitting
bombs.
Freaking bombs. Like
in New York. And wow, I'm very surprised about Shohei Ohtani. The coolest thing, I saw a tweet or an Instagram picture. It made me laugh because MLB posted that Shohei Ohtani, like, wow, he did 7 strong with 10 strikeouts, and now he's in right field. And then some guy he mentioned he said right after, he's like, damn, I remember doing that when I was 13 years old.
Literally, like he's doing like what when you play like rep in high school, he's doing like what your best player in your team does. Like he's out here freaking throwing a shutout in like you seen like in a tournament.
Yeah,
the best player, like first game he throws like a 9 inning shutout.
Yeah,
and then next game he hits 2 bombs and plays shortstop.
That's Ohtani right now.
That's basically like what Ohtani is doing, but he's in the bigs. He's in the show,
and he's the only guy that's a multi-position player, and that hasn't been done since what, Babe Ruth?
Yeah, no, right? It hasn't been done since Babe Ruth,
and that's over 100 years already.
It is. It's funny because my father, it irks him every time he hears the Shohei, Ohtani, and Babe Ruth comparisons. He hates it so much.
Yeah,
just because he's an older head. But I understand. There's no one that's ever going to play the game like the Bambino. But this is the closest and only comparison in the majors to the Bambino.
Yeah.
As far as that concerned, is he in that status of legend? No, not even close. He's just getting started. But as far as comparables, he's the only one to ever hold his own as a pitcher and a position player.
Yeah.
And he's doing more than holding his own. He's a stud. question for you.
Yeah.
If Vlad wins the triple crown, right?
Okay.
But Shohei, say he wins 10 plus games
Okay.
with a 2 or 3 ERA and finishes with like, let's say he finishes with like 35 or 40 home runs and 100 RBIs, who is the MVP?
Wow. Because the fact that it hasn't been done in a long time as a pitcher and a hitter. If you're a triple crown winner, it kind of says that you're the best hitter in your league. And the last player that I can think of was Miguel Cabrera when he won triple crown and back in 2012.
Yeah.
He won MVP. So I'm just gonna make my comparison to that. If you won triple crown, I think you should get the MVP as well.
Okay. I love Vladdy, but I'm gonna if Shohei does that, if he finishes like say second in hitting categories, but still wins like 10 plus games and has a pretty good ERA, I give the MVP to him just because
To split the award,
I would just give it to Shohei.
you think he deserves the MVP?
If he does that, he'll be like.
Ohtani is
That's crazy.
the best
I
show
mean,
in sports.
Triple Crown is an amazing feat. You're the best hitter in the league, but the MVP is the most valuable player.
Yep.
And if you have someone that's pitching and winning 10 plus games for you and with a good ERA and still hitting bombs and over 100 RBIs,
Yeah.
I have to give it to Shohei.
He has a shot because I don't think there's a lot of AL pitchers that are doing very well. I can think of a lot of West National League pitchers. Bauer. We got Kevin Gausman for the Giants, who's having an amazing season. For the White Sox, there's Rodon, who's having a really good season too. Lance Lynn, the White Sox squad.
Good comebacks.
Very
for
good.
Lance. Love to see it.
But Shohei, it's above average as a pitcher, so I can get what you're saying. As a player, it's an end most valuable player award. Can go to him.
Overall, but like it's hard to say because obviously I'm a Jays fan. I love Vladdy. I love everything about Vladdy. But as from a baseball standpoint, I just think if you're pitching and if you're an above average pitcher and you're almost the best hitter in the league at the boot, that's hands down amazing.
Yeah.
In the bigs, like there's no other there's no comparison to that.
Right.
In my mind, yeah.
He has 28 home runs
At the moment.
60 plus RBIs right before the All-Star break.
Almost batting 300.
Yeah.
So that's something to behold so far.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for sure.
We got a couple more points to get through. The Jays predictions. I believe they're playing the Orioles again next week. And honestly, I don't want to see this team again.
They better sweep their asses. I just upcoming. So on Thursday, which is tomorrow, they finish on Canada Day. Happy Canada Day. They finish the series against Seattle. Then they go. Tampa comes into town for a 3-game set over the weekend, and then this time next week they'll be, he said, facing the freaking Orioles again. Prediction wise, I see them beating Seattle for a sweep. They're a better team. Tampa, we never play good against Tampa.
No.
I mean, they better take 2 out of 3.
Yes.
That's the way I see it. And then Baltimore, you need to sweep these guys. You have to sweep these bums.
No mercy at this time.
Yes, sweep their asses, man.
I honestly felt kind of bad for them when they beat them around. It was like 18-5 or something. I felt kind of bad, and I told my dad, "Wow, they're winning 18-5," and then they're like, "Oh, is Orioles are the Baltimore Orioles good?" It's like, no, they're one of the worst hitting teams. And when I said that, I was like, damn, yeah, they are really bad. But I'm a Jays fan. I want to see them win. They have an opportunity to take more games from the Orioles, and hopefully that they pull through.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
But so I'm predicting for the next this next home, this next what? It's a homestand basically, I guess. Not really home.
Yep.
Also, by the way, when the Jays come home, they're gonna flourish
They will.
because they're tired of playing in front of not their fans. Like
Yeah.
like we're the real fans up here in Toronto, and when they come back here, they're gonna be amped.
Yo, and when they do come, we definitely gotta hit up a game.
Oh man,
Right.
let's go to a Jays game.
I know.
Oh, man.
I used to work downtown, and I used to go around the Rogers Center, the Scotiabank Arena, and that all that area. Recently, I went there for a vaccine, but that area is like really lit, and I can't wait to go back for another Blue Jay game.
Yeah, me too, man. But like, I worked at the Rogers Center for like 7 years,
Yeah,
and like working there is different. I would just be like, going to work, but I would never. I love baseball so much that just like seeing the field every day was such a blessing,
Yeah.
and now I just miss it more than ever. Like I never thought I would say I miss the Rogers Center
Yeah.
like that. So
me too.
nuts.
I wouldn't mind spending like above $100 ticket just to get a really good view and see the team back in action.
Well,
I
we'll
would.
see. We won't do that when they come back here. Trust
Yeah.
me. Trust me on that one, brother.
Yeah. Okay. That's all we got for today. I hope you guys watched our first video with Persuasion.
Yeah. If you haven't, check it out.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a long one, but a goodie. It's a longie,
Right,
but a
right.
goodie. But if you enjoy us, you enjoy that one too.
Yes. Hope you guys can like, comment, and subscribe. And just without further ado, my name is Jezreel,
And I'm Cody.
and thank you for watching, guys.
Peace, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Peace.
Dirty, don't even hurt me, no. I'd rather do what's good for me.